Well, hi, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Christina and I am a fashion reseller on the POSHMARK app. You can find me on Instagram at little.black.hanger. You can also find me on POSHMARK at littleblackhanger without the vowels. I need to laugh today. So that's what we're doing. I know I asked you guys on Instagram what you wanted to see today, and half of you said a day in the life vlog and half of you said a what sold video. And I have excuses for why I'm not doing either one of those. So basically, as you guys know, we're moving. We found a house, by the way. We get the keys tomorrow. So my life is currently revolving around packing and moving, and I'm dabbling a little reselling in there, you know, in the mix. So really it wouldn't be like a true day in the life video. Like, you would just be watching me pack and like clean, you know. It's not really exciting. I mean, it may be exciting to some people, but to me it's not exciting. So that's why we're not doing that. Also, another one you guys asked for was a what sold video, and I know I haven't done a what sold video in a
hot minute,
but I will do one once we get to the new house and everything resumes back to normal, because it's just really not like accurate this month. I had a lot of like full price sales from you guys when the whole thing happened with Scooby, because you guys are freaking angels. So I mean, that's not really accurate for me to tell you, you know, oh well, this sold for $90. Well, it probably would not usually sell for $90, but one of you sweet baby angels,
girly girl style,
bought something for $90 to help me because I refused your money. So you were sneaky and bought something from me. Anyways, so yeah, it wouldn't be accurate for this month, and November has just been like all over the place, and it's just, like I said, it wouldn't be accurate. How many times can I say accurate? Accurate, accurate, accurate. Anyways, so today started off to a rough start. I went into a NyQuil coma last night because I'm battling a cold that my father passed along so graciously to my sister, my niece, and I over the Thanksgiving week, and it's just now like getting to its, you know, real head. So I took NyQuil last night, knocked out. Yes, I feel a little better. I just have like throat situation going on, which is, you know, exciting. I wake up this morning out of my NyQuil coma to find that Scooby has gotten sick and poo-pooed all over my house. He poo-pooed on the living room rug, he poo-pooed on the living room tile, and then finally made it to my roommate's bathtub where he poo-pooed all in the bathtub. So that's how my morning has gone. Hi, yes, hello. So in the great words of Jenna Marbles, I just need to laugh today. And if you're not here for that, then what are you here for? You know? Can we not just laugh? Let's laugh. So I posted on Instagram and asked you guys to complete this sentence, and that sentence is, you might be a reseller if, and this is based on the Jeff Foxworthy bit, you might be a redneck if, but we're gonna do a reseller edition because I've been wanting to make a video like this, and I thought it would be funny and relatable. Hashtag relatable. So I asked and you delivered, so here are your responses. Let's get to laughing, shall we? You might be a reseller if you take all the hangers off your items at the thrift store before checking out. Guilty, and my cashier loves me for it. And we have like this understanding, like, girl, this ain't my first rodeo. I'm gonna take all these hangers off to save time. You might be a reseller if your kids are missing something and ask if you sold it. That's me as a mother, selling all my kids' clothing behind their back. You might be a reseller if you have dreams of thrifting or waking up to a sale. I have reselling dreams all the time. Sometimes I even have like nightmares that I like switched a label or like sent the wrong item to someone, and I'll like wake up and I have to check to make sure I didn't. Relatable. You might be a reseller if your family members already know that all you want for Christmas are shipping supplies. Or gift cards to Goodwill. Can relate. You might be a reseller if You go shopping for yourself and can't stop thinking of the resale value. I have one to add to that. I always end up like, I'll go to the thrift store and I'm like, okay, Christina, you're only gonna shop for yourself. You have a few things that you are looking for. You're gonna shop for yourself. You're not gonna buy anything to resell. And lo and behold, I end up buying all of the things to resell and like 2 things for myself. You might be a reseller if your house smells like Goodwill sometimes. Yes, my house smells like vintage clothing pretty much all the time. You might be a reseller if the 90% off sale at Old Navy is still bougie for you. I can't buy anything like full price. And you're right, even the 90% off sale is just too much. It's too much. If it's not $2, I ain't buying it. You might be a reseller if the thrift shop workers know you. Yes, queen, they know my face. They're like, oh, get ready to scan 100 items. You might be a reseller if your house looks like a damn warehouse and people confuse you with a hoarder. Yeah, I constantly have to apologize to guests. I'm like, sorry, it looks like a Goodwill exploded in my living room. I apologize. You might be a reseller if you haven't had a meal on your dining table in weeks because it's covered with clothes. With clothes or shipping supplies. We don't have a dining room table, but if we did, it would definitely never see the light of day, that's for sure. You might be a reseller if you vacuum up the colorful tags all the time. Yes, the little tag barbs from Goodwill that I'm constantly cutting off are always, like I constantly find them everywhere. They get stuck to my bare feet. It's a nightmare. You might be a reseller if your arms go numb from spending so much time in the thrift store looking through each item. Yes, I get like cramps in my shoulders from doing this so much. You might be a reseller if you can't get yourself to spend more than $10 on a single item. Yes, that goes back to the Old Navy sale. Like I said, if it ain't $2, mama ain't buying it. You might be a reseller if you try not to look creepy and Pilates when you zero in on someone wearing Lululemon and you're only trying to educate yourself on prints and style. Could you imagine? You're like in a position and you're like doing this and you're just staring at someone's leggings. I love that. That's so funny. Scooby's down here, by the way. He's like, Mom, I'm sorry for poo-pooing. You might be a reseller if you check out people's outfits just thinking of how cute they are and how well they'd do on Posh. That's true. Just thinking like, wow, can I buy your outfit from you so I can sell it? You might be a reseller if LuLaRoe leggings are part of your uniform. Yes, queen. Yes, hashtag sweatpants, hashtag legging life. You might be a reseller if you have nightmares about selling items with stains or holes you missed. Yes. See, I'm not the only one. I like wake myself up from nightmares and I'm like, oh God, I have to go check that item. Even though I already packed it up, I have to go rip it out of the packaging and make sure it doesn't have a stain or a hole. You might be a reseller if you call the thrift stores daily to see if there are any sales, and if there are, you spring from bed and rush there looking like a hot mess. Anything for the deals. It's that FOMO, that fear of missing out life. You might be a reseller if your living room could pass as a thrift store or a storage unit. Yes, and your husband or significant other wants to kill you because there are clothes everywhere. You might be a reseller if you study girls' butts to figure out the brand of jeans they're wearing. You're like, yes, is that Lucky Brands? Is that them Dojos? I love that. You might be a reseller if you have a dream that Goodwill is having an epic 80% off sale store-wide on Black Friday. Dreams seem to be like a reoccurring theme here, so I'm glad I'm not the only one out here just dreaming about reselling. You might be a reseller if you see things that will look good on your friends and family and you buy them for them. Yeah, I do that all the time. You might be a reseller if you can recognize brands of clothes on actors on TV. I'm so guilty of that. We'll be watching like an episode of New Girl and I'll be like, oh, that's Lululemon. And now, what's even funnier is that Joe does the same thing too. He's like, oh, that's that Lululemon? And I'm like, yes, queen, yes. You might be a reseller if you get stupid excited over $1 racks. Yes, the cheaper the better. If it's 50 cents, I'm here for it. If it's $1, yes, queen, I'm gonna look through all of it twice. You might be a reseller if you try to nonchalantly glance at the apartment trash bins every time you walk the dog to see if anyone has abandoned anything you could sell. P.S. One time, some guy left a pair of very expensive men's dress shoes on top of the recycle bin. Score. I am so guilty of that. The people, when we first moved here, the people across the street were moving out. So they were putting a bunch of stuff on the curb, and the girl, or the mom, threw away a pair of great condition Under Armour tennis shoes, and don't you know I went and swiped them. We have problems, you guys. We have problems as a community. Oh no. You might be a reseller if you need a massage gift certificate for any holiday because the bins is a workout. Girl, you ain't kidding. You just digging in there. It's so much effort. Oh, your shoulders, your back, your hips from standing on that hard floor for 6 hours. Yes, I agree. You might be a reseller if you calculate every purchase for yourself to make sure you can sell it later on. I do the same thing. I buy stuff from the thrift store and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna write this down as if I bought it for inventory because I know I'm gonna wear it once or twice and then I'm gonna sell it again. You might be a reseller if someone asks where you got your outfit and your answer is always the thrift store. Always. Always. Anytime you ask me where it's from, it's either the thrift store or I got it on sale somewhere. I mean, that's just how it is. You might be a reseller if you're rushing to put something in the wash to mail it because you decided to wear it once before it's sold. Me with any special event, I'm like, what can I borrow from my POSHMARK closet? You might be a reseller if your personal makeup is in a USPS medium box. I need a makeup bag. Girl, yes, USPS boxes are great storage. You might be a reseller if you could be on an episode of Hoarders with your inventory. Amen. You might be a reseller if you keep a collection of blue IKEA bags in your cart, just in case. That little just in case part at the end, that got me. You might be a reseller if you see an item you can calculate in your head what it will sell for and whether or not it's worth your time. Amen. Freaking men. You might be a reseller if when you go into department stores you laugh out loud at the prices. That's me. Even at places like Marshall's or TJ Maxx where it's discounted, I'm like, y'all want how much for that? No, I'm gonna go to Goodwill. Bye. You might be a reseller if you slow down and stop for garage sales, charity shops, jumble sales, skips. I don't know what skips are. Stuff in the street. Yes. Even when I was in Georgia, my sister was like, oh, thrift store. And she was Mario Karting it to the thrift store. Yes, I agree. You might be a reseller if you dream about the things you didn't buy and never forget them. They will haunt you. If you don't buy it, it will haunt you. Lesson of the day. You might be a reseller if when you have one of those dreams you don't want to wake up from. It usually involves finding an amazing bargain. We just all out here dreaming, y'all. We out here dreaming. You might be a reseller if you literally have dreams about finding good inventory for eBay/Poshmark. The dream train is still strong. You might be a reseller if you see someone rocking Tory Burch head to toe and you want to give them your card to work out a consignment deal. Like, oh, hello there. Y'all are killing me. Oh, that's a good one. You might be a reseller if you hang, steam, board fold, and package the clothes that you're selling, yet you wear your own wrinkled, dirty clothes from off the floor. Me. You might be a reseller if you no longer enjoy going to the mall because you'd rather be thrift shopping. Also me. I hate malls. Hate them. You might be a reseller if you're the only one excited to go to the post office, LOL. Everyone else I know hates it. This is me going to the post office. I got packages. You might be a reseller if you tell your friends and family about this beautiful love note that you got. Then you confuse the hell out of them when you tell them. One, about how fast you are and your packing was the best they ever got. And two, it wasn't from your significant other. Right, like love note. What are you talking about, love note? What does this mean? You might be a reseller if you scream at the TV when eBay has a commercial. I do that with Poshmark all the time. And also, I'm like, who sold you those Louboutin shoes for $100? No one. Or the one where she's like, I made $5,000 in 1 month. And I'm like, where? On Poshmark? You might be a reseller if you eye people's outfits in grocery lines, assessing how well it might sell. That seems to be a common theme in all of these. Us just being creepers. You might be a reseller if you ask for poly mailers and tape for Christmas. That's a good idea. I'm gonna ask for shipping supplies now. I never even thought of that. You might be a reseller if you buy something nice to wear and you're super careful not to stain it or rip it so you can resell it. But then you hear that rip and realize how much you just lost out on. Or you spill spaghetti sauce on it and you're like, well, can't resell it now. You might be a reseller if you are throwing yourself together to get to a 50% off sale. Hashtag hot mess with coffee. Me. I always wake up late and I'm like, oh, if I don't get there when the doors open, everything's gonna be gone. You might be a reseller if your 4-year-old asks you if you've shared your closet yet, or brings you things from around the house and says, hey mom, I was thinking maybe we can sell this. Little posh baby you got over there. What a good little assistant you have. You might be a reseller if everyone in your house accuses you of selling their stuff when they can't find it. No one's accused me of selling their stuff yet, but I feel like it's coming. You might be a reseller if all your friends give you bags of clothes instead of dropping them off at Goodwill or something. Hashtag free money. Yes, my friends are well aware. Do not ever donate anything to Goodwill without bringing it to my house first. You might be a reseller if you're at the store with your kids buying something for yourself and they loudly ask if you have plans on selling it for money. My sister did this when we were, I'm very like hush hush about being a reseller because I don't want I don't want the employees to like kick me out or I don't know, I'm just really paranoid about that. And we were in like Goodwill and my sister was talking super loud about me reselling stuff and I was like, shh, don't tell anyone. You might be a reseller if everything you wear has a flaw somewhere on it because you couldn't sell it. I was gonna say that was my little tidbit to add at the end, but I'm glad you said it because 90% of my wardrobe has a stain or a hole or something's wrong with it because I bought it to resell and then noticed the flaw when I got home and you can't return it, so it's yours now, you know? I'm glad I'm not the only one. That is hilarious. That's the most relatable thing I've ever seen. You might be a reseller if, when you look at a price tag at the thrift store that is over $7.99, you say, wow, that's way too expensive. Guilty. You might be a reseller when your friends say they are going to pop by and you tell them you have to meet them somewhere so they don't call for a hoarder's intervention. That's me right now. I have clothes everywhere because I'm trying to get like everything in inventory and like sort everything out so that I'm not like taking a bunch of like old inventory to the new house, and my office is just a hot freaking mess. All right, last set of answers. You might be a reseller if you're looking for your Goodwill coupon. Yes, queen. Because discount is just not enough. I need more discounts. You might be a reseller if you spend half your day at the bins on your 30th birthday. That's so funny, and I know you're not the only one who's done that, because the queen of thrift, I know, all she wanted for her birthday was for her and her boyfriend to go thrifting. You might be a reseller if you see clothes on others you want to resell. Yes. You might be a reseller if, even when you take a vacation, you check for the closest thrift stores in that area, you know, just in case. Me. And you also like don't put your closet on vacation. You're still like sharing your closet, still doing POSHMARK. You might be a reseller if you are excited to purchase a clothing steamer. Yes, my little baby is on my shelf back here. Also, I got super excited about the Rollo printer. Like, could not be more excited about anything in my life. And last but certainly not least, you might be a reseller if you try to recruit others to be resellers. I am guilty of that. I've gotten my sister on POSHMARK. I've gotten my real estate agent on POSHMARK. It's a problem. It's a problem. And you know they used my code. Alrighty, so that is it for today's video. I keep getting notifications that you guys are commenting on my post on Instagram, but I'm gonna stop it here before this video gets way out of control and too long. But definitely continue the discussion over on my Instagram. If you're not following me, go follow me. It's at little.black.hanger. I'll leave the link down below. Have conversations amongst yourself. This is it's just funny. Like, it's so good to like know that you're not the only one who has these problems, you know, relatable issues. We're all there. So like I said, go continue the discussion over on my Instagram. If you like this video, please be sure and give it a thumbs up on your way out. Also, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. It's free. I put new videos out every Tuesday and Friday, and I will see you guys on Tuesday. Bye guys.